Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 4 of HorrorHouse Picture Show. Today, we're talking A Cure for Wellness that just came out here yesterday, but I believe has been out in the US for a week now, which is why you might think this is a bit late. But joining me is Raul Rodriguez. Hi, Raul.
Hi, Morgan. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh, I much appreciate it. You know that. We are going to start off non-spoilers because it's a new release and all that, and then make it perfectly clear when we go into spoiler territory halfway through, and then we're going to have a little tease for a new horror film that's going to be coming out that we're all excited for. Get Out, Jordan Peele. Right at the end because Raul went and saw that yesterday. So, yeah, should be a nice, fun episode. Raul, Cure for Wellness. Initial thoughts.
Um, First, I'm already on the middle of the movie. I didn't love it, and I didn't hate it.
Okay. I think
Yeah,
I probably liked it more than you did then because it really was just one sort of element to it that I didn't like, but I was flat out loving some parts of it. Up to this one in plot point. But yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful movie. You can't.
yeah, you can't deny that because the movie's beautiful in cinematography. The scenery has a lot of beautiful stuff to see in the movie. How it explores Scotland and a lot of stuff is very beautiful. The asylum,
Yeah.
everything. The cinematography reminded me a lot of Emmanuel Lubezki. He was the
Yes.
cinematographer in Sleepy Hollow, Birdman, Gravity. A lot of Alfonso Cuarón and Alejandro
Mhm.
González Iñárritu movies and Tim Burton movies also. And then that's the thing that I really like about the movie. The thing for me that the movie got problems is with the story,
Mhm.
because when you see that trailer, I thought that you were gonna see a completely fresh story, a really demented story
Yes.
about an asylum, and what is that really about the cure for wellness. And another positive thing is Dane DeHaan.
Yeah. I thought he was great. He sort of it sort of seemed to really work for who he is. This sort of role. He just seems to, as weird as this might sound, he seems to play a guy that's been broken down really well. I don't know if it's something in his face. He's sort of got these sunken eyes that
Yeah,
just
he has like a darkness inside of him.
yeah.
Since the first time I saw him in Chronicle, like 6 years ago, I think 6, 7 years ago. That
I think Chronicle was maybe even '09 Chronicle. I think.
Oh wow.
I think
So
it was
it's almost 9 years.
yeah, I think it was that long ago.
Yeah, so that movie, I still remember when I saw that movie, I was like, wow, he can portray a villain so well. Even though I know that Amazing Spider-Man 2 is horrible,
Yes.
but
Let's bring that up.
he was a highlight in that movie.
He was
He can do crazy.
he was not a great Green Goblin, but he was a fine Harry Osborn.
Harry Osborn, yes.
Yeah.
He was a fine Harry Osborn. And so I was excited also for seeing the movie because of Dane DeHaan, and also because it's directed by Gore Verbinski. He made
Yeah.
the Ring remake, and also he made the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Yeah. Gore Verbinski's he's a fine director. I mean, he makes movies that look good. I mean, whatever you want to say about the first three Pirates films, they look pretty good. And this one, especially, it was beautiful. I mean, it's set in the Swiss Alps, so that's already a beautiful place as it is, but he really capitalizes on that. There was one shot that I do want to bring up that because there's a few sort of gothic elements in Cure for Wellness as well, and it kind of doesn't necessarily sort of fit with what is basically, like a experiments and
Mhm.
creepy health spa film. You don't necessarily think gothic, but because of its European setting and this one shot where Dane DeHaan's character is driving up for right at the beginning when he's driving up to the spa, and you just see the castle from the village.
Oh yeah,
It just reminded me of Dracula so much, and I
yeah.
was
It reminded me of that one too.
it was such like massive beam on my face because it was just perfect. And then like the go, it sort of doesn't feel gothic for sort of the whole second act, but then in the third again, and the third act is iffy, but there
Mhm.
are some wonderfully gothic things to love. The whole dancing
Oh
and
yeah, that's a
oh
good
god,
film.
the music in that as well was perfect. I was seriously, I was loving that. It was just a shame what it was cut together with.
Yeah, that's the thing that I wanted to ask you because for me, one of the biggest problems of the movie was the time. It's a very long movie. It's a 2.5 hour movie for a really simple premise. The
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but I mean, for me personally, it didn't drag, and that might sound strange for a like you say, a pretty simple movie being 2.5 hours long, but it didn't drag for me. I just think I just went with the story. I was just able to nicely follow where it was going,
Mhm.
and even though some parts were relatively predictable, um, I was enjoying it. I was enjoying it. I didn't
Mhm.
feel the time necessarily up till the last sort of 10 minutes where I just think, oh god, no, it should have stopped then.
Oh no, I feel when the movie was dragging a lot, the scene when the teeth scene, the scene when they drill his teeth.
Oh yes, yeah, that was nasty.
Oh, that I was like, finally the movie got interesting
Oh
because
god,
for me, that the movie since like remember that scene that you just said about the castle,
yeah,
how he sees the castle. I was like, oh my god, I know what is going to happen. I was like, it's gonna happen this and this, and then when they told him the story about the Baron, I was
mm,
like, it's gonna finish this way, and that's the thing that upset me about the movie. For a 2.5 hour movie, it really I predicted a lot of things. The only things I didn't predict was the meaning about the water and those
yeah,
fishy things,
yeah,
and also the meaning about the Baron and the girl.
yeah.
And
Which
so,
I don't think all that needed to be in necessarily. I don't think they needed that element to it.
yeah, it could have only told a simple story about a dirty hospital that's killing old people,
Yeah,
and that's it.
I,
They needed to add that many backstory to it.
they didn't. They went to some pretty sort of ludicrous areas with some of the plot points that they try and explain, but some they do sort of successfully. Others are just like, no, I can't really. Uh,
No, and I recommend to see this movie, even though I didn't love it.
oh,
And
absolutely.
I recommend to see it because not a lot of studios invest in original movies. Even though for me it was familiar, but it had original elements.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, and so that's the thing because right now they invest a lot in remakes and reboots and reboots and all of those
Yeah,
terms.
yeah,
And so, like for example, like original movies like last year, like Lights Out, even though it was a remake, Blair Witch, it felt
mhm,
like the original. For me, I really like it. Also, the twist that they made, Hush, and now they're investing more in original. But I think that the studio needed to cut out budget for Gore Verbinski, but because It was a $40 million movie
Yeah, I mean,
and only made like 6 million here in the US.
really,
Uh-huh.
right? From that's not good, then, is it? That's a
I
shame. That's a shame that
That's a shame.
it doesn't deserve to flop at all.
And also, Fox invested a 30-second spot in the Super Bowl because I saw it. So
Oh,
you know how much they pay for a Super Bowl spot.
yeah, like 5 million.
Hmm.
But no, it doesn't. It's not a film that I disliked really. You know,
I
I enjoyed the film. It was just that one element that we'll get into later that made it suffer, sadly, because I was really, really enjoying it. It deserves to do well.
Yeah, and so the movie also, I think that this movie is gonna be like a lot of movies that didn't that get a lot of box office numbers, but it's gonna be a cult hit in like 10 years.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see
Yeah, yeah, because also I have seen when I was invited to your show months ago, like in the Matter of Madness was a big flop in 1994, a
Yeah,
really big flop, and it has a cult following. And then I was like, I didn't know about that until 5 years ago when I found it on DVD. I was like, oh my god, there's a following. I thought
yeah,
that this movie was very little, and so that's the thing. I think that this movie is gonna be more appreciated in like 10 years or 15.
yeah. I can
And
see.
also, and also, I think for the people that maybe are gonna rewatch it again until it's on DVD. Maybe I will rent it, but to give it another shot. But I think that this movie is also, I cannot deny, it's very beautifully shot. It's very well acted, but the story struggles a lot. But you still need to see it. It's a good movie.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I can see myself buying this. Because I was blown away by the way it looked.
Mhm.
I really enjoyed 90% of the story. The performances were great. We've not even mentioned Jason Isaacs yet, who I
Oh
thought
yeah.
awesome as well.
Except for those last 5 minutes.
Except for those last 5 minutes where it gets silly. Uh, but yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
yeah. Oh, just looking in the chat, Tom, Kimber, and Nolan. Hi guys, welcome to the live show.
Hi guys.
Uh, what are they saying? Let's have a look what they're saying. Where would you rank it amongst Gore Verbinski's other movies? Asks Nolan.
Um, the only movies I know about Gore Verbinski is The Ring and the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Does he
Yeah,
have another movies?
I mean that is all I know him from as well. I mean it's right. I would say right smack bang in the middle.
Mhm.
It's I enjoyed it more than 2 and 3 Pirates 2 and 3.
Hmm.
Maybe on par with 2. The Rings are better, and the first Pirates is better.
For me, if I rank it, it will be like The Ring first, then Pirates 1, then Pirates 2, then Cure for Wednesday, and then Pirates 3.
I mean, we can all agree that Pirates 3 is not good.
Oh yes,
That's
horrible.
that's that's what's come out of this.
I prefer the 4 one. You can compare between 3
Ooh,
and
that could
4.
be a conversation. I don't know if I prefer the fourth one. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else do we have? Kimber says, "Nice hat, thank you. It's a lovely hat."
Oh yeah.
Tom says, "Shutter Island or Cure for Wellness." Now, this is something I'd like to bring up because I've heard people compare it to Shutter Island, Scorsese's
Yeah,
talk,
yeah.
Leo DiCaprio, Mark Ruffalo, all that business. Shutter Island is great. Shutter Island is a better film.
Yeah.
Shutter Island is awesome, but to compare these two, I can see where people would come from. They are both sort of people going somewhere, but Shutter Island is an asylum. This is a health spa.
Yeah, it's different.
And Cure for Wellness felt more like a mystery about the place itself, whereas Shutter Island for me is sort of a mystery about Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah, because Leo, he was investigating a murder, right, in Shutter Island.
Yeah, he was investigating, I think, a missing inmate.
missing. Yeah, I think I'm
And
missing.
then we are not going to spoil Shutter Island for you because
That's a good one.
that is an exceptional twist. So go and watch Shutter Island if you haven't. But yeah, I mean, I can understand where people come from when they're comparing those, but it's definitely different enough that it doesn't feel like Shutter Island 2.
Yeah, for me, I don't understand the comparison. They're very different. If I had to choose between those two, I would give Shutter Island another try. I will see it again. I really like Shutter Island. I only saw it in the theater like what 8 years ago, I think.
2010 Shutter Island was. So yeah,
Wow.
7 years ago. I never saw that in the cinema, but I've seen that multiple times, and it's a great one to rewatch after you know what happens.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we have from the chat? Nolan also says he doesn't like Cure as much as The Ring, but he admires that Cure is a bit more ambitious and doesn't rely on exposition to tell the story. Which I understand. He did. Gore Verbinski did Rango as well, and Kimber loves Rango. I never saw Rango. That's
Rango is a really weird but funny movie.
It's the one with the lizard, Johnny Depp.
Yes.
Lizard, isn't it?
Yeah. He has that little shirt that he looks like that Vegas movie. I forgot. Fear and Loading in Las Vegas, I think. It's that one from Johnny Depp. He has the same shirt.
Oh, is it the same shirt that he wears? Oh, that's pretty cool, to be fair. That's cool. Let's see. What else have I got written down in these notes? Jason Isaacs. Why don't we talk about Jason Isaacs? Lucius Malfoy.
Oh, yeah.
He needed the wig. Very well.
Yeah, he did it well. I was like, when you just said Lucius Malfoy, I was like, oh yeah. I always saw him in the wig in Harry Potter, and also he was good. He was really good to be the creepy doctor that knows everything about the spa, and also for me. What are your thoughts on the girl?
That's a good question.
Right.
Because I don't think the performance was anything special.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, I don't think she even needed to be in there.
Yeah.
To make it a good film. But I appreciated what they did with her and what they did with that element up to the dreaded 10 minutes that we're just teasing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And again, what happens at the very end, I did sort of see coming.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I'm sort of in the middle when it comes to her. I forget who she was played by.
An unknown.
An unknown. Maybe it was an unknown. Oh dear.
Maybe now we can talk about spoilers because we're dragging also about.
We're doing fine.
Talking about non-spoilers.
Yes. Yes. Yes, I think we've talked. Yeah, we've talked about everything I've got written down in that non-spoiler section. But going back to the chat because we like to go back to the chat right now. Mia Goth. Nolan says Mia Goth was the actress's name.
Oh, so she's already a gothic girl.
Eric's just joined us. Hi, Eric.
Hi, Eric.
Um, Tom asks, who would win in a fight? The Amazing Spider-Man's Green Goblin or Draco Malfoy?
Draco Malfoy.
Which somehow links to what we're talking about right now. Draco Malfoy's got magic.
Yeah, and also he can do a Sectus
Come on.
Sempra to the Green Goblin from Amazing Spider-Man, and that's it.
I mean, that's not really a question.
Yeah.
But yes, anyway, so let's get into some spoilers.
Yes.
Please, guys, if you haven't seen it, or maybe you're not going to see it and you're not too bothered, but I would recommend, if you haven't seen it, go click off and go watch something else. Go watch this film because it's a good film. And then come back and join in the discussion about spoilers. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've given you plenty of time. Spoilers. Take it away, Raul.
Okay. First, the thing that really, really bothered me when I just said that the guy, when he said the story about the Baron, the chauffeur, I noticed he was Mexican. I was like, where does a Mexican goes there in Switzerland, right? It's Switzerland or Scotland?
Switzerland. Why is there a Mexican in the middle of Switzerland?
Yeah, because you remember the scene that just says, well, it says, "Oh my Dios mío," and then he says, "Oh puta madre." I don't remember what he said. I was like, that is so random. But he says the story about the Baron and they killed his sister. I was like, oh, so this was I had like 3 theories. First, I thought that Dane DeHaan was the reincarnation of the Baron.
Oh no, I didn't get that.
Yeah, and because how he was so randomly going to the spa to get that associate for the fusion of the other companies.
Yeah.
And then how they said he made that deal with a lot of fraud. And how randomly he reads that letter. I was like, you remember a lot of horror stories like for example, like in Dracula, a lot of iterations of Dracula and Frankenstein in a lot of movies, they always a monster has to find someone to go to that body, or someone or a lover to be reincarnated.
Okay.
That was my first thought. And also when we saw that cast, I was like, oh, we're gonna go to like a Frankenstein Dracula vibe, because they also the thing that he said that the town hated the spa. And also because I directly link it with the trailer that says that how the cure changes people. And then I was like, oh, so maybe Dane DeHaan is like the reincarnation of the Baron, or maybe he's gonna receive the spirit of the Baron. But then when they introduced to the girl, and then they remember the story like 2-3 times, I was like, maybe the girl is the reincarnation of the sister. Oh, she is the sister. Sorry, it's a spoiler. We're talking about spoilers.
We are talking about spoilers.
Yeah.
Perfectly free.
So she was the sister. I was like, oh, okay. So who's the Baron? And then that's when the movie really, really dragged, because I have just told you I have my theories from like the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the movie shows you scene after scene, like it's really relying, to you to focus on the visuals. And also that's the thing that I hate about me. After you've seen a lot of movies, you can predict how the movie's going to go out.
This is the bad thing about watching a lot of films, isn't it, Rob?
Yes, that's the thing, because me and my sister were like in that scene when they got to the teeth. She really, I'm gonna admit it, I was getting sleepy of how the movie really dragged.
See,
because
I still didn't. It didn't honestly drag for me. I can 100% say that. I just felt like when it got to this whole ridiculous sort of the girl is the sister and the Baron is Jason Isaacs, I was just like, why is it doing this? I was more confused rather than feeling like, oh God, why am I still sat in this seat watching it?
Oh no. And so when they get to the teeth scene, I really said in Spanish, por fin se hizo interesante. Something interesting happened. because and then when they introduce him to that big tube with all of the leashes,
Yeah.
oh my god, wow, oh, it's getting more interesting. And then it really goes all the way down when they introduce us to that twist that
Mm.
Jason Isaacs uses faces
Yeah.
and that he's
Why
the
did this
Baron.
film turn into Face Off? That was what I was asking myself. Why did this film turn into Face Off?
And also, I remember that Nolan chatted with me like 4 or 5 days ago about the smile at the end of Dane DeHaan when he's biking and then he lifts the other guys from the Enterprise, and then he says, "I'm not going to go with you anymore, and I'm gonna help you." And he bikes, and we can see the spa already burning, and then
Mhm.
he gives like a creepy smile like this, and then I was like, "What the hell just happened?" Because, and then I was thinking, the Baron had those faces thing. And then that's the thing I wanted to talk to you about. Like I just got this theory. Remember that the leeches, throughout the sweat and the fear of the people, they get the cure.
Yeah.
And also, they were all feeding about the water that was underneath the spa,
Yeah.
and they all killed Jason Access at the end.
Yes.
And so this is like a weird theory. I think that the spirit of Jason Isaacs went to Dane DeHaan at the end because that's his creepy smile.
He does do that creepy smile. I will give you that he does do that creepy smile. And he does say, why would anybody want to leave, doesn't he?
Yeah,
He does say that as well.
and he was
That's
already possessed by delicious.
yes, he did have, yeah, that's true. He did have those in him. Oh, that's making more sense to me now.
Yeah, and
That's
so
making more sense to me now.
and also remember, the girl killed the doctor. Dane DeHaan didn't.
True. True. That was good, to be fair.
And
That was
also
sort of
maybe,
one bit of all that I like. Spade in the head. That's what you want.
and also that can support that theory because before I had this thought when I was watching the movie, when the guys from the Enterprise came and said, "Why you didn't get that guy?" And then I was thinking, they're gonna reveal something. They're gonna reveal like a massive twist or something. I
Mm.
had this thought. I thought they were gonna say, "You dumbass! You just burned the other Enterprise. That was the other Enterprise they
Oh, I
wanted.
would not have liked that.
You just lost a lot of money, and this is all your fault." I was like, maybe he destroyed the only thing that he would got his job back because
Raul,
remember
that would have been a horrible plot point.
I but let me tell why. Remember in the beginning and throughout the whole movie they said he focuses a lot on how he works and then how he dies more and more focus on the job instead of living.
You're making me think, Raul. You're making me think.
Even though I like I told you I'm very big on the movie, but the movie made me think. That's another cool thing about
Yeah,
the movie.
definitely, definitely. Let's go back to the chat because people are chiming in with stuff. Things. Eric's seen Get Out tonight, so good for Eric.
Oh, Eric, you're gonna love it.
Make me more jealous. We are still going to have a little bit
Yes.
of Raoul's thoughts on that because he saw it last night. Nolan says the soundtrack's pretty awesome. I did like the music in it.
Yeah, it was cool music.
Definitely. Nolan also says there was one glaring plot hole for me after the teeth scene, which was taken right out of Clockwork Orange. Yeah,
Mhm.
very Clockwork Orange with the whole and I'm not going to do that. Why have I just done that? He immediately is shown running into the car. How did he escape?
Oh yeah, that's a big plot hole.
Because he's Batman.
He's the Green Goblin, you say?
No, he's Batman, because that's just the explanation of how people get from difficult situations into situations that benefit them.
Oh, Dane DeHaan needed that glide slider to get out from the to get out from the castle to get from the spot. He really needed it.
Yeah. Uh, oh dear.
Also, I wanted to ask you, before that twist about Jason Isaacs, what was your theories about the movie? You thought they were gonna give you like a massive twist, or was going to go differently? What
I
were your thoughts?
I thought I predicted the burning down of
That
the
was on the trailer.
whole cast. Was it? I didn't see the trailer.
Yeah. Oh, wow, wow, so lucky. That was on the trailer.
Right. Okay. So scrap that because I didn't see the trailer. But yeah, I sort of could see that because it was all like, oh, they were sort of teasing, oh, this burnt down however 200 years ago or however long it was. And then, so I predicted that. So it was sort of satisfying to me in that way. I also predicted Dane DeHaan and the girl escaping at the
That
end.
was in the trailer also.
Yeah. So, wow, the trailer really seemed to ruin it then.
Yeah, because the trailer doesn't ruin the story, but it gives you a lot of imagery.
Right.
And so it can left to interpretation. Now that you see the movie, I was like, oh, they spoiled it a little, but before you see the movie, you didn't get spoiled.
Okay. Well, no, I didn't see it. I very rarely watch trailers for weird stuff like this because I always know there's going to be something going on that I don't want to ruin for myself. But yeah, that ending, I sort of predicted it. So but that sort of satisfies me in a way because I like being right.
Yeah, but there's the thing, like talking about the movie. Sometimes when you see a lot of movies and you can predict the twist, in a lot of movies, I'm satisfied because the story intrigued me and made me gonna see it again. But there's some movies, like for example, The Cure for Wellness, when you predict the twist, I was like, but the movie has problems. It will not say that like, oh, I'm gonna see it again and everything. Like for example, in Split, I already
No spoilers for Split.
No spoilers for Split. I'm not gonna say the ending, but that ending, I have never, throughout the whole movie, predicted that damn scene. That was a total surprise.
Guys, if you haven't watched the Picture Show episode on Split that we did, go and watch that.
Oh, go watch it. Split, and also you have the chance to see the movie. Split is a beautiful, gorgeous movie. That's a movie that I'm gonna buy on the first day on Blu-ray. That's a movie I'm gonna rewatch a lot because that's a movie that when I see that type of movie, I was like, I'm gonna get it right away. Like for example, when I saw 10 Cloverfield Lane, I love 10 Cloverfield Lane so much also, like in Split. So that's the thing. And also for Cure for Wellness, I was expecting like a big movie, like that get me intrigued and it captures me in. I was already being in the asylum to get already sucked into the story, but the movie really has a lot of problems. That's the thing for me.
Yeah, see, I mean, I definitely seem to like it more than you did.
Yeah, but it's not Don't Breathe. I really I prefer
it's not our very, very different opinions when it comes to Don't Breathe, the second best horror film of last year that didn't even make Raul's top 5 or honorable mentions when we did that episode, which I wasn't happy about. But
also, Morgan, you didn't see a lot of movies that I had on my list.
That's true, but now I have.
But a positive, Go to see Train to Busan. I
Definitely.
really love that movie.
Who knows? We might do a picture show on that
Oh, we have to do it.
one day
We
when it comes out on home release, so we can rewatch it.
Oh yeah.
And what else we got? What else we got? Yeah, see about Jason Isaacs being
The Baron,
the Baron, and the girl being
the sister.
Yeah, the sister slash daughter slash whatever.
What do you think about the finger scene?
Yeah, it was. I mean, to be honest, I was happy to go along with the fact that those characters were those characters.
Mm-hmm.
But then Face Off happened, and that's where it went over the line for me. That is the only part that went over the line for me, and it just sadly just almost ruined it.
And the thing that I didn't like when he take the face off, I thought they were gonna reveal the real face of the Baron. Now they're gonna reveal
that would have
us
been more interesting.
Yeah, not to reveal us that his skin is all about the leeches. It has the same texture of the leech's skin.
Yeah.
That's the thing I didn't like.
Yeah,
Maybe I have seen a half burn of his face with red eyes or something. No, that's the thing about that scene also.
Yeah, I would have gone along with it more if it had been just another normal face.
Mm-hmm.
But
or maybe like in Empire Strikes Back, he take his face off and he's Dane DeHaan. Chris, I'm your father.
God, no, that would have been another horrible. Oh dear, no.
Because remember that the father killed himself and we never see his face?
Oh, that's true. Well, then, wasn't there like a part when... Didn't Dane DeHaan have some sort of vision where he was his father jumping off that bridge?
Yeah, so that's another theory. That could have been a better twist.
I don't think that needed to be in there. Anyway, we are going a bit long, so we'll start to wrap up. Overall, good movie, slightly spoiled by one daft thing at the end. But yeah, I had a good time. More so than Raul did, I think, because Raul sort of like meh. I'm like, yeah, it was good. Apart from
I will give it it's a passing grade. I will give it a 6 out of 10.
See, I'm not gonna grade because grading's for graders. But Raul,
I can give it a rental. If you cannot see in the theater, go and rent it. But you're gonna see in the theater, go to see in a matinee.
Oh, I mean, I think because of how beautiful it looks, I think going seeing it in a cinema would be beneficial.
Yep.
Bigger screen with such good cinematography works. So yeah, guys, if you did like this episode, leave a like, comment whatever you thought on Cure for Wellness, the bizarre film that it was, and sub to this channel, hashtag HH Picture Show on Twitter if you want to talk about this on Twitter as well. Follow me at the Purple Dawn. Follow Raul at Raul Vader RDZ.
RDC, and also the Get Out thing. Only for a minute, really quickly.
We'll do that. But one more plug at HorrorHouse Pod on Twitter as well.
Oh yeah,
for all the stuff that goes on here. Raul, tease us 2 minutes.
Okay,
Get Out.
2 minutes. Get Out is beautiful. I really like Get Out. A lot of things about the social commentary about racism. I really like the jokes in Get Out. I really like the creepiness about Get Out. I cannot believe that Jordan Peele is his first movie. Directed and written by him. It's beautifully shot. It has like a little plot hole, but it's a good movie. a really great movie. Some I was talking about in Twitter, like, which one is better, Split or Get Out? I cannot. I would choose Split because I really love Split more. But Get Out and Split are perfect tens. It really deserves that 100% of Rotten Tomatoes score. It's a really great movie. And also the thing about it, like we just said about predicting twists, I predicted a part of the twist, and my sister predicted the other part. It was like we were both right, but we still enjoyed the movie. That's the thing. We enjoyed the movie so much because it was telling about the original story. This the script was very good. It really it was, we were really joining on the movie.
Yeah.
And so for me, Get Out, go and see it when it gets to the UK, into Europe, and you're seeing it here in the United States. Go and see it. It's very excellent movie.
Awesome. Well, there you go, guys. Yeah, that's about gonna do us. We have gone a bit long, so, but you know, it was a nice conversation, wasn't it, Raul? A lovely.
Oh yes.
Guys, until next time.
Oh, Fan Friction, also check out Fan Friction, our YouTube, the YouTube channel Fan Friction. We have a new episode tomorrow of Jorel Blue, the fan fight champion Dan Hernandez and Megan Bain. We're going to go out tomorrow at, I think, at 11 a.m. or 12 a.m. PST.
Awesome. Do that as well. You know, I'll be tuning into that Fan Friction on the Tough channel tomorrow at 11/12 Eastern, I believe.
Okay.
So, until next time, guys, goodbye.